Cheers to Fossil Friday. Today we're going to talk about arguably the most famous extinct animal, Tyrannosaurus rex. This article is causing a lot of drama in the paleontology community. It was recently published in Evolutionary Biology and authored by famous paleo artist Gregory Paul and his co-authors, including a paleontologist and a math prodigy. All this controversy is stemming from the fact that they're arguing that Tyrannosaurus rex is not one species, but in fact three. They've proposed two new names for these potential species, including Tyrannosaurus imperator and Tyrannosaurus regina. The vast majority of paleontologists and Tyrannosaurus rex experts especially do not agree with the findings of this paper. The authors used two pieces of morphological evidence to justify the creation of these two new species, including differences within the robustness of the femur as well as variations within the teeth. They then say that you can see these changes in morphology within the rock record. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a reasonable conclusion, and this is where I think it starts to get really interesting in this story, because there are a lot of variations within T.rex fossils. And most paleontologists would agree it wouldn't be surprising if we did find a new species. And this paper did a great job at saying it is possible. After reading it, I don't think the evidence is quite strong enough yet to say that there are two new species. But Gregory Paul already knew that most people wouldn't agree with him. And he argues that the only reason that we care is because it's Tyrannosaurus rex. The analysis and conclusions herein are not such a big deal. If done to a less acclaimed dinosaur, there would not be intense opposition or even notice. He's not wrong. But after reading some of his responses to these negative comments, it seems that part of his motivation was just to put these names out there, so that way someone didn't beat him to it. But there's still more drama. One of the 38 specimens used for this study was Sue, arguably the most famous T-Rex specimen ever discovered. Based on this work, Sue would no longer be a T-Rex. She would be a Tyrannosaurus imperator, which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. But despite all of this opposition, when you go onto Sue's page, this fossil specimen is listed as Tyrannosaurus imperator. And this is an important time to point out that Gregory Paul is a paleo artist. He was part of a movement in the 1970s which created the new look of dinosaurs. He's written and illustrated several books on them, and full circle, he was a dinosaur consultant on Jurassic Park. Does this study make good points? Yes. Does this study make bad points? Also yes. Are we crucifying this man maybe a little too harshly? I could say a lot more on this, but I don't want to make the video too long. Cheers to Fossil Friday.